Hey guys, it's Brianna and today I'm showing you how to do dip powder nails at home. Step 1 is you need to push back your cuticles. This is a super important step to make sure your nails are properly prepped. And here I'm just gently using this metal cuticle pusher to push back my cuticles. Next, I'm going to use this tool to gently just cut and remove that dead skin, and there is actually a lot that came off. I love this tool for removing cuticles. Next, I'm going to use this nail file to just shape and file my nails, and this is a crystal nail file that I like to use on my natural nails because it is a lot more gentle than the typical nail files. Now it's time to buff. I really don't go too hard with the buffing. I just like to make sure that my nails are nice and smooth, but you don't want to over buff because then your nails will be thin and too fragile. So here's what you will need is some liquids. I'm using the Revel Nail system. I have a brush to remove excess powder, wooden nail sticks, a couple of paper towels, and your choice of dip powder. So these are the four colors that I have from Revel, Sparkle & Co., and then this other brand from Sally Beauty, the ASP Quick Dip Powder in the clear color. So for today's set, I think I'm going to go with this cute sparkly red from the brand Sparkle & Co. And I also have some lint-free wipes that I found on Amazon. They will be linked down below, as will everything else. And you'll need some acetone or alcohol to dehydrate your nails. So I'm using that lint-free wipe and my 100% acetone to just remove any oil and dehydrate my nails before I start applying the powder. So I like to lay down a paper towel to save my powder, and you'll see what I'm talking about a bit later in the video. Lastly, I'm just going to use this nail buffer from Revel. This is what it's supposed to look like, to just gently rough up my nails so that the dip powder will stick better to the surface. Okay, so typically when I use this larger gel, I will directly dip my finger into the powder, but this one from Sparkle & Co. is a bit smaller and the powder is really tightly compacted. So instead what I like to do is use my metal cuticle pusher to kind of just scoop the powder onto my nails. I'll also be pouring it directly from the jar onto my nails that you guys will see in a bit. Step 1 is to use your base. This is what the bottle is supposed to look like, but I had to rip off the cover because my base got stuck, and I'll be talking about that a bit later. So with the base, you want to apply a thin, even layer, emphasis on thin, or else your nails will be really thick and lumpy, and you don't want to get too close to the cuticle on the first coat. And you want to have your dip powder nice and ready to go, and after you finish that coat, you immediately apply a nice layer of dip powder. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing on my ring finger and my pointer finger. I only like to do about 2 to 3 fingers at a time just to ensure that I'm working slowly and getting it done right. So next I'm using this wooden nail stick just to touch up the edges. I actually should have done this right after I did the powder. You'll see later that my edges are a little bit sloppy, so this is just to clean up those edges. Next I'm using the brush to gently brush off the excess dip powder. And here's what one coat looks like. So I will do 1 to 2 more coats, but again, make sure your coats are super thin so your nails don't end up bulky and lumpy. Something to note once you're doing your second and third coats is after you do your pro base, wipe off that brush on a paper towel. If you don't do that, the dip powder will get stuck to your brush and your brush will get stuck. That's what happened to me, and I had to literally pry off that top. Okay, so after these 3 nails are finished, here is 3 coats of dip powder. And as you guys can see, I'm just going to pour that dip powder back into the jar. The paper towel allows me to not waste all of this dip powder and save it for later. Okay, step 2 is activator. This is what seals everything in. So after this is on, there is no going back. So I'm just going to take the step 2 activator and apply a very generous coat to those 3 nails. It does not have to be perfect, and make sure that you cap off your ends and those free edges. Also, if you have any cuts around your fingers, this will burn a little bit. Next, you just wait 1 to 2 minutes for that activator to dry. And now it's time to buff. So if your coats were nice and thin, you really don't have a lot to do here, but if there's any lumps or you want to shape them, this is the time to do so. And a tip I learned from another YouTube video, I'll try to find that and link that down below, is to use that shiny coat to shine up your nails so that your nails are more shiny once you do your top coat. Okay, so after that you want to rinse your hands with water and then apply another layer of the activator, and again, wait 1 to 2 minutes to dry. After it's dry, you want to gently wipe off that activator just to make sure that it does not ruin your top. So here's what the final product looks like, and it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to be completely dry. So next you want to apply some cuticle oil. After doing all that to your nails will feel a bit dry and need some hydration to be brought back into them. So I'm going to do the rest of my nails off camera. I'll be right back. And after all of your nails are done, I like to put on lotion just to moisturize my hands and make sure they're not feeling dry from all of the buffing, filing, and acetone. So this is the final product. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comment them down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.